Peace, 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 love, light of healing, peace, love, light of healing, peace to the guys, peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in. How y'all feeling today? Shalom Alachem, shalom, shalom. Y'all climb on in. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if we got a good, clean, clear connection. And we're going to get this started. I see my Instagram family is in the building. Shalom, shalom, alachem. Or shalom lacha, mishpati, my family. I see we got Instagram in the building. What about Facebook? Where is my Facebook at? You see me on Facebook?
Where you on?
Okay, Facebook just climbing in. For those that's on my Facebook page, let me know if you climbing in from my professional page or from my Yaki Rafa Elohim page, please.
I see on Yaki Rafa Elohim.
Okay. Anybody that's from my professional page, let me know. If you can hear me and if you can see me, let me know. We're going to go over some things today. Shalom, shalom. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, type in some nines. Let me know if you can hear me, Nabi. How was the oxygen machine? I get them oxygen machine every day. I own it. So, I own a few of them. It's amazing. Okay, so you can hear me. But hyperbaric oxygen therapy is amazing. That's why I got so many of the machines. But it's amazing. I get in that every day. I do photobiomodulation every day, red light therapy every day. I do magnetism every day, whether we're talking about the positive side of the electrical magnetic grid, and I do negative charge just to get rid of all the inflammation. I'm always doing something, y'all, always. I'm always experimenting on myself, and I'm always experiencing, especially when it comes to the health and wellness genre. That's just what I do. Y'all climb in, climb in. I want to talk about parasites today and how so many of these cancers are being misdiagnosed as cancer when they actually are parasite nest. This is a chapter out of my book, Killing the Illusion We Call Disease, that we're gonna go over. I actually printed a few copies out, and we're gonna go through it. So if y'all got y'all pens and y'all got y'all pads, look, we can get it started. Seriously. And if you can hear me well, let me know. Once you got your pen, once you got your pad, type in some nines, and we're gonna jump right in it. We're gonna jump right in it. And at the end, whoever send an email, I'm gonna bring what you want to do, 3 or 4, Nabi?
Yeah.
We'll do 4 people where you send your email. Nabi will send you a link. You click on the link and it'll bring you into my system. And any question you got, we can chop it up right on here. All right, everybody ready? I'm on Instagram. I see me on Instagram. What I don't see is okay, you got it. All right, cool. All right, well look, let's get it started. So I want to talk about tumors, and I want to talk about how these tumors are being misdiagnosed as cancer, and some of them are not even misdiagnosed as cancer because it is malignancies in there. But what's causing the malignancy? And once you think about parasites, let's just talk about a parasite. A parasite is any entity that needs a host to survive or to benefit from without really giving nothing back. That's what a parasite is. So when you look at fungus, uncontrolled fungus is in fact a parasite. When you look at Candida albicans is in fact a parasite. Mold spores or parasites. Then you get to more denser parasites like Fasciolopsis boyski, that's a parasite. Toxoplasma gondii, that's a parasite. Schistosoma, what we're going to be talking about today, which is what a lot of Americans got, and they will have you to believe that schistosomas is only in Africa and certain parts of the third world countries of the world, when a lot of us actually got it here in the Americas, and we've been pulling them out of people, and how these are fueling these tumors and these are fueling these cancers diagnosis. And then you can look at certain parasites, and certain parasites have different functionalities. Most parasites don't have teeth. So in order for them to eat, they literally have to turn your flesh into soup. So what they do is they constantly throw up something called acids and digestive enzymes. And these acids and digestive enzymes, while they're in your body, in your surrounding tissues, it decay and decompose the tissue. And that's the way they're able to eat all of your heme and all of your iron and all of your different things like vitamin B12 and all your other essential minerals, because your minerals be bind up into your tissue. So in order for them to get it out, they either leach or suck on and try to deprive it from the cells. But sometimes it be so lodged in the cells, they have created mechanisms where they can literally throw up acids, and over a period of time, it would deteriorate your tissues and your cells, and then all of the bioavailable iron and minerals is available for them. So we're gonna go through all of this, and I'm gonna show y'all how. Like, for instance, schistostoma, and I'm going to pull this up. Schistostoma love to lay eggs in basically a low pH environment that's oxygen deprived, a state of hypoxia. It'll go to that state in the body that's lacking the most oxygen, and that the pH is the lowest where it's hot at, and it will lay its eggs. And then what the body will do, since the body have this innate healing mechanism, it will literally create a fibrous tissue around that egg and around those toxins and around that acidic waste and form a tumor. So every time they actually come and see the tumor, they automatically say it's a malignancy, but they never check for the parasites. And that's the reason why we pushing down so much. You say you got cancer, automatically I need to check your white blood cells. I need to see your eosinophil levels. If your eosinophil levels are high and your neutrophil levels are high or too low, then it indicates that you have a parasite. If your basophils are out of whack, that shows that it's high, because it's basically having an antigen marker or a allergic reaction to the poop and to the pee that the parasite is leaving in your body. So if you want to check to see if you got parasites, for one, just fast. They'll come out. When you stop feeding them, they coming out of your rear end. These are facts. And sometimes we see the skin open up and parasites come from the skin. But if you want to check with blood work, you can just do a parasitic test, because they do leave back certain antigen and markers, and they have their own DNA. Their DNA is totally different from yours. And then the next thing is literally check your white blood cell count. If you do a complete metabolic comprehensive panel, and if you do a full CBC chart, you will get your white blood cell count with it. Look at your lymphatic system. Look at your lymphocytes. Look at your neutrophils. Look at your basophils. Look at your eosinophils. Them are going to be your main ones. And if your eosinophils are high, then that's an indication of parasites. If your neutrophils are too low while your eosinophils are high, that's parasites. If the neutrophils are high while your eosinophils are high, that's parasites. And last but not least, if the body is having an inflammatory response or inflammatory reaction from the poop and the defecation from the parasite or from the parasitic eggs, your basophils will be high. So this shows you too that a lot of people that are allergic to things have parasitic infections. A lot of people that have reactions to everything, or they constantly itching and sneezing and digging in their nose and nothing is never ever there, they have a parasite infection. Just because you can't see the parasite doesn't mean that it's not there. You have intercellular parasites that you can only see under microscopes. And then you have parasites that can go through a pleomorph stage where they will change the shape of their body and become big. And then you can see them when they come out of the body. But there's many different parasites. Look, bacteria vaginosis is a parasite. That's a parasite. Having a yeast infection is a parasitical infection. Just because it don't have eyes, just because it don't have ears, it still have intelligence, and it still needs you as a host, and it still deprive your body of all the minerals and all the oxygen. That's parasitic in nature. So what they've been doing is, for instance, let's just talk about breast cancer. A lot of these women are coming to us with tumors, right, inside their breasts. A lot of them. I mean, it's crazy. Pancreatitis and pancreas cancer, colon, rectal cancer, what else now be, and breast cancer. Them are the main three people that come to me every single day. Now, I want to specifically speak on breast cancer and specifically black women, so-called black women. When they are getting these tumors, right, and you pass these tumors, whether the tumor break down and you pass it through your poop, or whether the tumor come through the nipple, which we've been seeing a lot of that lately, where the woman nipple will start itching, and then she would get like this black acidic tar that'll come from the nipple. Then the nipple will open up and these little bitty tumors will pop out. But before when they first went to the doctor, the tumor was big. So they working with us 3 to 6 months. We getting them down to the size about a marble and they pop out. But guess what? When they pop out and you check them, you find parasites in them. If you send them off to laboratories, we've got a lot of colleagues around here, especially in Houston, Texas, where they love to work on things like this. You find evidence of parasitics. Now we got the paperwork that prove everything I've been saying. So they have this specific parasite that's connected to prostate cancer, ovarian cancer, and breast cancer. Amongst black people, it's called schistosoma. Right? Once you read up on schistosoma and what this thing is capable of, it will blow your mind. So when schistosoma get in the body, and you can get it from fresh water, it's usually in fresh water. You get it from contaminated water. You get it from fresh water. You can get it from walking on certain types of soils. And that's another thing. A lot of people think that you can only get parasites from eating meat. No, you get parasites everywhere. You actually can get it from more of my eating, which is plant-based eating, than anything, because guess where they at? They in the soil and they on the plants. They own the vegetables. They own the fruits. And that's why it's very, very imperative that we clean our fruits and our vegetables and our greens very good before we eat them, because they be there and they love to lay their larvae on there. Yes, you can get the gnarly ones from the meat, but most of the ones that I'm talking about, you actually can get it from fruits, vegetables, and meat. And that's the reason why every country, like I told y'all last time, other than this Western hemisphere, other than the UK, other than Europe, and other than the United States, it's mandatory that they cleanse their body and they go on a deworming program every 3 to 9 months, because everybody know that parasites is everywhere, and parasites is causing half of your symptomologies that they are claiming or diseases. It's not even you. It's the entities and the things that's living inside you. So look, back to schistosoma, right? I want to show y'all something, and we can look this stuff up. I got the paperwork to prove it. We can actually look it up on the scholarly articles online. Schistosoma can make it into the body, right? And schistosoma is a blood fluke, which we see them all the time when I do live and dry blood analysis. You can see schistosoma in the blood. We see it all the time. We call it many different names in hematology, but when you look at the structure and what it does, it's schistosoma. It's a blood fluke. This thing roam around in the blood to catch a hike. If you look at the clinical word, it's called pheresis. And pheresis is basically when a parasite uses your body as transportation to another spot or destination. But when it get in your body, it uses your blood to transport to different organs to feed off your organs. That's what it does. So when schistosoma make it to the actual prostate, what it does is it lays its eggs in the prostate. When it lays its eggs in the prostate, the eggs give off this type of fume or this type of hormone. And this hormone is called an estrogen-like hormone. So what this estrogen-like hormone does when schistosoma lays it in the prostate or in the ovary, it overgrows the tissues, because that's what estrogen does. That's the reason why a woman, when she get on her puberty, estrogen starts being proliferated in her body to grow her breasts, to grow her hips, to get her ready to conceive, for she can procreate, for she can reproduce and have children. So when you look at estrogen is a reproductive hormone, just like testosterone, just like pregnenolone. It's a reproductive hormone, right? Well, when you're looking at eggs need this same estrogen from parasites to grow, to proliferate. So when schistosoma go inside your body from you eating the wrong foods, from you drinking contaminated water, from you not washing your foods correctly, if you eat the right foods, it's a pheresi parasite. It's going to take transportation in the blood. The first thing it do is want to find one of the most mineralized organs in the body, which I'm going to say the liver. Of course, I'm going to say the prostate. Of course, I'm going to say the ovaries. I'm going to say the breast, because that's where prolactin is produced at. Anything that signifies life is where it's going to go to, because it's a parasite and it needs your life vitality to live. So it go there, it lays its eggs in these acidic states. And mind you, when you look at testosterone is automatically on the acidic side of nature. When you look at estrogen is on the acidic side of nature naturally. Now, pregnenolone and progesterone is alkaline. It's an alkaline agent. They actually hold more electrons than they do protons and neutrons. So we will call this an alkaline effect. But when we looking at the actual chemistry that birth life, other than fructose, when it mixed with testosterone and selenium to actually make what you would call seminal fluid, it's acidic. So that's where they go into. They go into the acidic places that create life. It leaves it hatches and leaves its eggs there. My bad, it don't hatch it yet. It leaves its eggs there, and then as the eggs are growing and as the eggs are hatching, it releases these estrogen-like hormone molecules. So what it does is, since it's already in the prostate of a male, it makes their testosterone go down, or it makes it go up real high. Now, since the estrogen-like molecules, hormones are in there, it proliferate the tissues. So now, since it's proliferating the tissues, it's causing the tissues to grow and divide uncontrollably. Guess what they call this? Prostate cancer. So did the prostate cancer come out of nowhere, or did it come from the actual eggs of schistosoma? Same thing when you're looking at ovarian cancer. And another thing that causes ovarian cancer is HPV. HPV is caused by the trichomonias virus. This is a STD that can cause HPV, and then HPV can literally turn into cervical cancer. So we talking about worms here. We talking about parasitics here that can actually cause long-term damage in what we will call diseases like cancer, which is nothing but the body wrapping its fibrous tissue around these eggs and around these parasites for it can save the rest of the body. But the parasite thinking, damn, I got me a whole new home now. I can evade the immune system now, because that's what tumors do. You see that? I ain't got to worry about other parasites coming and killing me and eating me because I'm in this fibrous tissue hidden away from the world. I got somewhere where I can lay my eggs at. That's cool. And then when you start talking about tumors, in order for a tumor to go through something called angiogenesis and borrow new blood supply, it needs iron. Guess what the main food source of schistosoma and all these other fluke worms are? Iron phosphate. So now it got iron supply. It got your calcium, your magnesium. So it don't even want to go nowhere because it's already in a cave that you call a tumor that the body was trying to innately heal itself and do, but the body don't know. So the body creating this whole six figure mansion for a parasite to chill in, when it was really just trying to encapsulate the parasite and keeping the parasite from leaking all of its DNA, all of its cytotoxins, all of its waste byproducts, and everything that the parasite give off into the system. So we can't be saying that cancer is not parasites. Most of them are. Most of them are. So look, schistosoma. Let's get back to schistosoma though. So when it does these, and this is what I want to talk about too. I want to talk about HER2 positive, estrogen prone breast cancers. HER2 positive, estrogen prone breast cancer. A lady will come to me. Many of them come to us all the time. Nabi, I say Nabi name a lot because according to Torah, it says two or more. You know that one or two witnesses is in fact. He there with me all the time. He see all the cases that come into the actual facility. We get a lot of so-called black women with breast cancer. We put them on all of these therapies. You put them on the herbs, and then you get the tumor to go down. But then the cancer come back higher because the estrogen never left. Estrogen never left. Then the moment that you put them on a parasite cleanse, guess what? The estrogen leave. Now the tumor completely gone and the cancer don't come back. So now what's really going on here? How are we getting rid of the estrogen? By killing the parasites. Is it the parasites that's in the breast inside the tumor that's creating these estrogen-like molecules that's causing HER2 positive estrogen levels to drive the tumor, to proliferate the tumor inside the breast? Like it's coming to a point where we got to call a spade, y'all. Like straight up, we got to call a spade. Most of these cancers are misdiagnosed cancers. They are parasites. And you know what's crazy? The whole world is talking about it now, but I've been talking about this for over a decade. Don't believe me? Just go through my Facebook page. Don't believe me? Just go through my Instagram. I've been saying the same thing I'm saying now for over a whole entire decade, over 10 years. Now, all of a sudden, it's up front in everybody's face. But we still are not doing the right things and getting it done. And then everybody taking ivermectin, everybody taking fenbendazole. And I'm not against that, and especially in very late stages of cancer. That means that the parasite infestation is just, I mean, you at a point of no return. You might as well go hard. But notice what's happening to the liver. When you're taking these ivermectins, when you're taking these things, and most of y'all are taking the animal ones. Y'all not even taking the human-made ones. So it's messing up y'all livers. When you can just do what they made of. Have anybody ever even just researched what are they made of? What chemicals are they made of? They're backed by herbal chemistry. Wormwood is one of the number one ingredients in them. Now, is it a synthetic wormwood that they have made very potent? Yes, it is. But yet and still, they got the idea from where? From the natural herbs that Yahweh, or that the Creator created for us anyway, that's out there in nature. That's out there in nature. It's another parasite called histiolytica. Histiolytica parasite. Write this name down. I'm gonna matter of fact, Nabi, put this in the comments. Histiolytica. HISTOLYTICA. Tell me when you're ready for it again. HISTOLYTICA. Histiolytica. All right, this thing is a ugly looking thing. I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. Matter of fact, let me pull up schistostoma first. Y'all gotta see schistostoma, and I'm gonna show y'all how to kill these things. Let me pull up schistostoma first. Hold on. Yes, HER2 positive, triple negative, triple positive, breast cancer, parasite, ovarian cancer, parasite, bladder cancer, schistostoma known for causing bladder cancer, parasite, liver cancer, liver flukes. It lives in the hepatic bile duct. It lives in the hepatic bile ducts. And then it eats all of your iron and it creates a feedback loop inside of the liver. The iron can't make it out of the liver because the hepatic ducts is blocked off. So the iron just sits in the liver. So then you get fatty liver disease because the liver starts creating adipose tissues to hold the iron on top of the liver. Now, since the iron is on top of the liver, iron rust, it goes through something called oxidation. So now you have these ROSs, reactive oxidative species, on top of the actual liver, rusting the hell out of the liver. It rusts the liver. The fat come and heal, and cholesterol and triglycerides heal the liver. It rusts the liver again. The cholesterol come heal the liver again. It goes back and forth till the liver start creating what you will call scar tissues. The liver becomes so scarred and you never got rid of the parasites. Now you have this iron parasitic feedback loop. Now you get malignancy. You go and you start checking your ALTs. You start checking your liver enzymes. You start checking your AFPs. Now you got a golf-sized tumor in your liver. You never once thought about the parasite. You automatically think about chemotherapy, radiation, things to get rid of the cancer, but you never ask yourself what fueled the cancer in the first place. These damn interdimensional beings that's in your body, utilizing you for all of your natural resources. So now you got stage 4 liver cancer. And all you have to do is deworm yourself. All you have to do is make sure that you bring copper in to metabolically pull ceruloplasm, which is a protein that mobilizes actual copper, and it pulls iron out of the liver. It pulls it out of the liver, and then boom. Your stage 4 cancer go from stage 4 to stage 1 in a few months. And we're not sitting here I'm not just saying this. I'm talking about straight clinical trials. I mean, proven. But we going after the wrong things. And that's why we have to change our ideology and we have to change our perspective on disease. Because as long as you fighting your body, as long as you in the mindset of you fighting something, you're going to be hacking stuff off. You got to go to war with your body. You're going to use weapons of mass destruction. What is the number one weapon of mass destruction when it comes to the allopathic community? Chemotherapy, radiation, and literally just hijacking your organs. That's it. So look, let me show y'all schistostoma. Let's see this little ugly thing. First, I want to show y'all this. Let me show y'all this first. Nabi, let me know if my screen pull up. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. So for those that want to see the whole article, move over to my Facebook, y'all. Because I got this, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Move over to my Facebook because Instagram don't show the whole page because it got that tall, that vertical. All right, so look, check this out. Estrogen detection as biomarkers in schistosomas induce cancer and infertility. Y'all, is right here. You see that, Nabi? Is it showing good?
Yes, it's showing.
Where you at on my Instagram?
I'm on Instagram
Okay, is the whole page moving?
and Facebook.
Okay. Y'all look up these articles. It will blow your mind. And all of these estrogen prone cancers. And they don't know. And they always say, well, we don't know where the cancer is coming from. We don't know what's driving the malignancy. We don't know what's driving this oncotic disease. Where is the estrogen coming from? Maybe the estrogen and the other gene expressions are coming from other entities that's not a part of your body. And then they go through something called parasitic lysis, where they will die because they have a life and death cycle. Anything that's manifested in the 3D, this third dimension, this very dense dimension, it has to give up the ghosts. It got to die. So when it dies, just like a deer, when you hit it on the side of the road, or a raccoon or a squirrel, when it dies and it gives up nashama, it gives up the breath, the ruach hakodesh, it solidifies. When it solidifies, because the life of the flesh is in the blood, is gone from it, all of the different amoebas and all of the different microbiomes go to work. Fermentation happens. During this fermentation process, they release something called methane gas. Methane gas swells them up. They get swollen to a point where they bust. Now, you go and you see them on the side of the road. They not stinking. They just died. You see them 5 days later. They big, they swollen, and their guts is hanging out. Didn't nothing come and hit it with an axe to make the guts and the intestines fall out. It went through cellular putrefaction. Now all of the guts hanging out. And guess what you see? You seeing worms. You seeing maggots. You seeing all these living entities to help break down this entity and bring it back to the dust. We came from ashes and dust, and we going back to ashes and dust. It's just what it is when it comes to this third dimensional flesh that I call a meat suit. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing happened when these entities die inside of your body. They swell. They get full of methane gas, and they go through something called parasitic lysis. So when they explode in your body, they projectile all of their genes, all of their DNA sequences, all of their poop, all of their pee, all of their saliva, all of their enzymes, all of their metabolic waste, all their metabolites, all they cytotoxins, all their cytosomes, all of that go into your system. So once it get in your system, what happens is the body is full of all this junk DNA that don't belong to you. A immune response happen. See that natural killer cells is coming. NK cells coming. T cells coming. Macrophages coming. They want to go phagotize something. They trying to go engulf and eat things, take it to what you would call the lymph nodes to disintegrate it down, for you can urinate these things out or get rid of it through defecation. So what it's going to do is going to tag them. So now the innate immune system, or what I'm going to call the great lymphatic defense system, go through the body and start tagging it. Antigen markers, antigen markers, antigen markers. Now, since the body is on high alert, I need to detox. So the body is going to start forming and trying to encapsulize those different things. So when it encapsulizes it, it put a fiber mesh around it. And we see fibrin in live blood analysis all the time. Am I lying? Right. No, I mean, we see it all the time. Oh, you got too much fibrin inside your blood. It looks like a white. It looks like a white spider web. And what it does is sticks the erythrocytes, the red blood cells, together, and it keeps blood from flowing properly. But what it's trying to do is it's acting as a spider web to catch things inside the blood or inside the body that ain't supposed to be there. You see that? So now you get this encapsulated mist. Now thrombocytes starts clunking themselves together. Now you have this tumor genesis event that's happening where your body is starting to structure this tumor. Mind you, the parasite died. It went through lysis. It exploded. DNA still in there. So now the DNA, your DNA sequence start binding what is. You see that? Now the estrogen-like hormones, the testosterone-like hormones are in there. Now it start proliferating that area. So now it's getting bigger and bigger. All of those toxins that was around it, the tumor souped that up too. So then once the tumor get it all in there, let me show you how smart a tumor is. The tumor will start borrowing all of the electron doning chemicals, the electron doning chemistry. It's going to get iron because iron is an electron donor. It's going to get calcium because calcium is an electron donor. It's actually a buffering agent. It's going to suffer off sodium bicarbonate because that's the electron donor. That's alkalinity. So when you start looking inside the center, not the center, when you start looking inside a tumor, let's just draw a tumor real quick. So when you start looking inside the tumor, The center of it be full of acidic waste. So we're going to just put acid right here. Full of acidic waste. But around the tumor, it's full of alkalinity. I'm just going to put ALK. It be all alkaline agents around it. So a tumor is fully protected. A tumor on the inside have all the neutrophils, all the basophils, and then it go through something called immune privilege. A tumor does. A tumor only lets itself be attacked once the cancer is gone or once you detoxify the body. You see that? Other than that, it's going to go through something called immune privilege where an immune cell will go to it and go the other way. Or it'll go in it and go inside of it and go to the actual membrane of the tumor to help protect all of these acidic agents from leaking out of the tumor. But guess what be in the middle, hovering inside this acid part? Worms. Laying eggs. Defecation. Imagine you going to the doctor with symptomologies, right? And they say, well, we don't know for sure not if it's cancer. Let me biopsy it. So you telling me you got this big fleshly trash bag with alkalining agents and a fibrin mesh capsulated, keeping it in. This the fibrin mesh, y'all, this little squiggly line around it. Keeping it in. And then you got the alkalining agents and the immune cells on the outside. And it is basically keeping the acids prisoner in the core of the tumor. And what they want to do is they want to come scrape pieces off of it. Nabi, they want to open it up. They want to come take a slice of pizza out of it. So guess what happens? They call that metastasis. You just broke open or you just popped a balloon that had all acidic type of waste in it. And now it's going back into the bloodstream, into the lymphatic system. And when it goes through the bloodstream into the lymphatic system, it spreads because that's what blood and lymph do. That's right. It circulates. Meanwhile, we never went after the root cause. And the root cause is what? The parasites. Now, have there been instances in my studies, in my clinicals, where we have seen cancer? I can't say without a parasite because all cancers come with them. But cancer that wasn't started without a parasite, yes. For instance, it's called mitochondria injury. Mitochondria injury causes cancer. And how it does that is and I told y'all this last time, the whole purpose of your body, whole entire purpose of your body is to take glucose and fructose and turn it into water. Let me say that again. It's to take glucose and fructose and turn it into water. It's called the mitochondrial respiration or respiratory chain, the electronic chain. On the 4th to 5th step, it literally takes copper, selenium, and iron phosphate, where you get adenosine triphosphate from. And it turns this into a water energy. And that's how your cells are used for vitality. Without oxygen, and you can't have oxygen without copper and celuroplasm and iron and magnesium. You can't even get the oxygen molecule through the Krebs cycle. It won't even go through the Krebs cycle. You're just going to keep fermenting. You're going to go through this lactic acid feedback. And we see this feedback loop all the time where a cancerous cell, because a cancer cell requires 17 times more glucose than a normal regular cell. A cancer cell requires so much because it needs so much energy because it's constantly trying to grow to keep all the toxins in. So it needs 10 times more minerals. It needs 10 times more sugar, all of that. And mind you, not only do it needs that to keep things in, but it's something eating it every second of the day. You got parasites in there that needs their egg fed. You got parasites in there, adult parasites that need to eat themselves. So soon as the iron comes into the bloodstream, they ciphering it. Soon as the magnesium come through, they ciphering it. Soon as the nickel come through, they ciphering it. You see that? So you are not deficient in it. It's just inside of another body that's inside your body. Right. That sounds crazy as hell when you think about it now, B. Right. You ain't even iron deficient. You're not mineral deficient. It's inside of another body that's inside your body. That is crazy. Wow. But anyways, let's keep going. I gotta trim my beard. I keep eating my beard. Every time I look up, it's in my mouth, man. Now check this out. Check this out, family. Here we go again. Schistosoma stress and cancer risk of oxidative stress. So we see that schistosoma causes what, y'all? Oxidative stress. See that? Causes the cells to rust from the inside out. From the inside out, family. Yes, family, we will be in Chicago. We're going to be in Chicago September the 6th and 7th, y'all. We'll be in Chicago September the 6th and 7th. All you got to do is go to YahkiAwaken.com, www.YahkiAwakened. Click on the event tab and buy your tickets. Or you can literally just go to YahkiEvents.com, which is on YahkiAwaken.com. Get the tickets. They selling out fast. We're going to be in Chicago on the 6th. We're doing a beautiful lecture there. The next day, we're doing a pop-up clinic. It's going to be amazing. Everybody going to fall through. I'm pretty sure it's going to be completely packed and sold out. And I got a special prize for y'all. Okay, hold on. I'll show it to y'all. They saying show the website. So this is my website, y'all. www.YahkiAwaken.com. Y'all see it right there? Let me bring it down because my name in front of it. All right, www.YahkiAwaken.com. What you do is when you get there, all you do is click on the hamburger sign, scroll down till you see events. Boom. When you see events, the first event up there is the Chicago event. Y'all see it? Look at the beautiful place. So it's going to go down in there. We're going to pack out every seat. There's going to be some nice plant-based food there. We got raw juices there, watermelon juice, cantaloupe juice. And then it even give you a description on what we're going to be doing there. So y'all like that. I know y'all, forgive me, Instagram. I don't know why they need to change the landscape. Seriously. So now I want to talk about the nutrients theft, the toxic waste released by these worms. So these are key points that I got up here. So look, tapeworms and flukes. Tapeworms and flukes lack their own digestive tract and absorb nutrients directly through their skin, y'all. Let me say that again. Tapeworms and fluke, they lack a digestive tract. So the only way that they can absorb the nutrients, they do it through their skin. Through their skin. Now check this out though. It says they release waste back into their host's bloodstream, including lactic acid and other toxins. And the reason why is because they can't really break these things down. It's a constant feeding cycle because they can't really absorb the nutrients. They utilize the nutrients as it come in, and then as it come in, it comes right back out. But it comes back out. Remember, there's no such thing as free energy. Whenever you're using any energy, there's a byproduct. So all this combustion and all of this acidic waste from them constantly ciphering your blood goes back into your bloodstream. And there go that feedback loop again. So you can be doing all the things you need to do. And if you're not cleansing parasites with binders, because you're going to have a die-off with binders, then guess what? You are still polluting the terrain. That's why people are not getting rid of cancers, because they're going after cancer and they're not thinking that cancer is the body's natural way of healing itself. I need to go after the parasites. And when I go after the parasites, I need to go after the parasites the correct and right way, because the parasites go through something called die-off and they go through parasitic lysis where they explode. And when they explode, all the metabolic waste do not stay in the body. It dumps itself into the system, which recirculates back into the lymphatic system, the glymphatic system in the bloodstream. So now you feeling bad and you at damn near you knocking on death's door because you didn't even use a binder like bentonite clay. You didn't use a binder like psyllium husk. You didn't use a binder like activated charcoal, which is simple things that you can buy. A lot of people are using zeolite. There's so many different binders that you can use for when these parasites do die off or they do explode. The binders will come through, and yes, burdock root and yellow dock. Yellow dock act as a binder. A lot of people saying I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Yellow dock do act as a binder, y'all. But anyways, when you take these herbs and you take these botanicals with binders, after the die-off happened and after the cellulite, the parasitic lysis happened, what the binders do is they go through and they clunk them all together. And most of your bindles have crystallines on them. And it crystallize these things, and then it open up what you would call metabolic detoxification pathways. Now, when you're detoxing, when you defecating, when you sweating, when you urinating, when you're going through your detoxification symptomologies, all of the defecation and the cytotoxins and all of the different waste byproducts, metabolic waste byproducts from these parasites leave with it. And cancer go away. So again, it brings me back to the question. Do cancer cause parasites, or do parasites cause cancer? And yes, they do. But you got another way that a lot of people are getting cancer, and that's called mitochondrial injury, where you just lack oxygen. You are not bringing in enough oxygen. And I tell y'all all the time, we only breathing in at our highest 21% oxygen. That's when you in the most cleanest, anti-environmental pollutant place on the world. You're getting 21%. Now imagine us. We got railroads. We got airplanes. What else we got? We got industrial pollutants. What else we got, Nabi? We got gas stations. We got restaurants with furnaces that pump out all of this carbon. It's so many environmental pollutants inside of the U.S. Our air quality at the highest that I didn't see, when you really research, is at 17, 18%. So we missing 3%. And when you start doing percentage, when it comes to oxygen, it ain't 1, 2, or 3. It's 1, 1,000, 1,000, 10,000. It goes up by like 10. It always go up at 10. So 3% of mixing oxygen, you missing thousands and thousands and thousands of units of oxygen, y'all. And you wonder why your body is in a state of hypoxia. You can't name one so-called disease that's not associated with a parasite. Ovarian cancer, schistosoma. Straight up. Prostate cancer, schistosoma. Breast cancer, schistosoma. Pancreatic cancer, or what you will, and notice all your pancreatic cancer always start off diabetic, hyper or hypoglycemic, always. And then you start looking at the parasite. It's called the pancreaticum flukeworm. Look it up if y'all think I'm lying. Pancreaticum flukeworm. What's up with these flukes? Then you look at herpes. Herpes causes shingles. Herpes causes dementia. Herpes causes Alzheimer's if it's not treated. Herpes causes a bunch of neurological diseases later on down the line if you don't get it corrected. A whole bunch. Herpes literally causes nerve damage. It will damage your nerve because it lives throughout the nervous system. It lives throughout the spinal column. Guess what that is? Vasculopsis boyski, flukeworm. Most of your brain and your lesions, multiple sclerosis, ALS, all of these different neurological declining so-called diseases. You're dealing with Toxoplasma gondii, hookworms. And then that hookworm is something else. That hookworm is hard to get rid of. It's called a hook for a reason. And it will hook itself into the intestines and it will hold on for dear life. And this is what you would call a vampiric parasite, communistic parasite, a mutual parasite, phoresis parasites. They all play a different role inside of the body, but they inside your body. And they love, especially these neurological parasites, they love the nervous system. They want to see what you see, especially herpes. Herpes 1, the ganglia, it want to taste what you taste and see what you see. Herpes 2, it want to experience sex. And look, we can Google this right now on Google, comment Google. There are certain parasites that's only inside of people that just sleep around with everybody. Because they go through something called parasitic phoresis. Let's Google this real quick. I'm just saying, this is crazy, right? Watch this, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how y'all get them too. I'm gonna open up the phone lines in a minute.
Library is beautiful. Thank you.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't seen my library off the chain, y'all. And one of them is trichomonas. Where is it at? I'm gonna have to pull up the article, y'all. But it's T vaginosis, trichomonas. And I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna post it tonight. I'll find it and post it tonight. But it said that it loves people that just sleep around with anybody, because it gets to transfer itself and it gets to keep its life expectancy high. Ain't this crazy? So like, it made me start thinking spiritually. I'm like, hold on. So this thing, like when you just putting your penis and you just letting anybody just run up in you, it like that because it keeps its life expectancy high. How do it know that, Nabi? If these are not intellectual, spiritual entities, then how would it even know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we calling them parasites on a scientific clinical level, but are these really demons or these low thought form frequencies? And the only way that they can experience reality is they need a body. So they use your body, kind of like the possessed. They use your body. They use you as a host. Then you become possessed. And then all of they different, cytotoxins, all of they different sexual chemistry and hormones, the same way that they estrogen will drive cancer in you. So if they got testosterone like hormones and they got estrogen like hormones, that mean that they like to mate too. That mean that they like to reproduce too. Then some of them, they know how to evade the immune system. We talking about a smart entity that's been here before humans, y'all. What are they really? And then they like to hijack the nervous system. I mean, they love, especially the herpes ones, tapping into your nervous system. So it's like, dang, you literally trying to experience reality through me. Through me. Did y'all see the worm that drills itself into the back of the hornet's head? It's a parasite that drills itself in the back of the hornet head. Let me see if I can pull that up. One of y'all pull it up for me. Watch this. And it literally take over the parasite. It's crazy, y'all. And then it's another one where it literally, it's another one where it lays its eggs inside of a caterpillar, right? It lays its eggs inside of the caterpillar. And then when the eggs hatch, the reason why I put them there is for when the eggs hatch, it can eat the caterpillar from the inside out. And look, these things are so smart. It don't kill the caterpillar because it needs to suck off of it. And then when they get big enough, they bust through the caterpillar skin. Man, look, hey, man, them damn demons, I don't care what nobody say. Look at this one right here, y'all. Look at that. Look at this, y'all. Look at this long parasite inside this hornet. You see that? Notice what he said. He said, I knew something was wrong with it given its unusual behavior. Yeah, I bet you got somebody hijacking your brain. And it said when these parasites go inside of these insects and they get inside of these animals, that the animals have strange behavior. And they said they call this strange zombie-like behavior, where they act like zombies because something is controlling them. So now it makes you think though. Like when somebody's on the cell phone and you talking to them and they like completely zoned out. Is the cell phone, is the technology parasitic in nature to them? Because they zombied out. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know, it just make you start thinking about a whole lot of other stuff. I'm telling you, y'all. So we went over that. We talked about, we did talk about histolytica, right? So histolytica secretes an enzyme that lyses host cells, turning them into nutrient-rich soups. So when you look at histolytica, this thing, it does have a digestive tract. It literally throws up inside of your cells just to break your cells down. Then once your cells break down and turn into the soup from the acids that histolytica parasites threw up, it sucks it. It literally has a little bitty like sucker on the top of it, and it sucks all of the different soup. I call it a mineral rich soup into its body after it breaks down your cells. So you got, and it causes open sores. Histolytica, look it up. Man, these things is crazy. And then what histolytica is known for, it is known for the tumor microenvironment. It hollows out tissues by using its enzymes to break down the tissues, providing nutrients for both the tumor and the parasite to grow. So when it makes, so what it does, it hollows out the tissues and then it makes a cave. And now remember, since it's making a cave, the body's going to want to go isolate that area. So it will hollow out the tissue with its acidic soup-like nature. And then your body will form a cave around it. And then it just start chilling in there, having sex in there, laying eggs in there. But the whole point was is to create an immune response for your body can form a tumor before it can make it its house. Histolytica. Man, look, I've never in my life, like once I started really getting into parasitology, the stuff blows your mind. What's going on in our body? We got 150 trillion cells in our body. Out of 150 trillion cells in our body, only 50 to 100, only 100 trillion of them cells do not even belong to you. Let me say that again. The body is made up of 150 trillion cells. 100 trillion of them cells don't even belong to you. It don't even have human DNA. We are made up of all types of other living entities. Without these entities, you wouldn't even exist. Without Candida albicans and without Helicobacter pylori, which we'll call H. pylori, it's impossible for you to uptake calcium and break down your food. You couldn't even break your food down. You couldn't even ferment your food to get it to the blood capillaries where it can go throughout the body and be fed to each individual cell in your body. So, it just make you really question your humanism. You be like, what the hell are we? You know what I'm saying? What really are we? Is we the damn microbes, or is we the human that the microbes make? Or is we the consciousness that's working together with all these other entities so we can experience reality? All right, now this one is talking about immune modulation by hemiphiles. This talk about how smart hemiph worms truly are. And I think hemiph worms are by far the smartest because they adapt the most. We got blood hemiph, what you call blood fluke worms, hemiph worms. You have liver flukes. They done adapted to so many different organs in our body. We name the organ and then name them last. Liver fluke, heart fluke. Yes, you can get most of your dogs that get heart worms. It's a fluke worm that they get when they die of heart disease. Most of the dogs that die of heart disease are not dying because the heart's been diseased with some. No, it's a heart worm that kills your dog. And when you check that worm is a fluke worm. It's a fluke worm. Intestinal flukes. And then they pleomorphic. They can change and shapeshift when they please. Like, really think about what I'm saying here. And that's why, yes, I love pets. I love horses. I love all of that. But I don't think dogs should stay in the house with you. If your dog stay in the house with you, you have parasites. Without a shadow of a doubt. You need to deworm your dog and you need to deworm yourself. And you need to put your dog somewhere outside. And think about the dogs that y'all got licking on y'all. The dogs that y'all got licking on y'all children. Toxoplasmosis gondii, known for being in cats. It's a pheresis parasite that love to get inside of the blood of humans. It passes the blood and brain barrier and it leaches off your brain. It causes multiple sclerosis. It causes MS. It causes ALS. It causes fibromyalgia. It causes all types of neurological diseases. Known for a fact. And it causes schizophrenia and it causes psychosis. This is known stuff that you can just look up. And 99% of it come from felines, come from cats. Especially if you poop or scooping your cat poop. That's how it transfers. And it hopes you come and you rub on your cat and you let your cat sleep on you and you cleaning that. And it hopes to do that for it can get inside you, penetrate your skin. It goes through the bloodstream. It makes its way to the brain. Now, my question is, how it know how to get to the brain? When it get in the body, how is it like a highway inside the vascular system that says brain that way? And it passes the blood and brain barrier. And it literally syncs with your brain, causing all types of psychosis and psychological events. Look, really think about this, though. Sound like some paranormal activity to me. But anyways, back to the hemith worm. It says their secretions, including their steroids, mimic host signals and suppress immune activity. So the hemith worm have its own signaling that actually trick the immune signaling. When did that evolve? Did it have it before we was made? Did it say when humans be created, let's make sure that we have these type of adaptive responses already before a human is even created? Let's make sure that we have everything we need in us. That way their body won't fight us off. But we can completely hijack them. It says the immune suppression allows tumors to escape detection and continue growing. So we are talking about a hemith worm that literally induces the body into a tumor stage, then live inside the tumor and produce its own steroids and its own hormones just to evade immune detection. And it's called a Th2 profile. And it weakens the Th1 response that's needed to kill tumors. So this shows you right here, Nabi, that the damn parasites want to keep the tumor alive. Right. It want to keep the tumor alive. That's crazy work. That is crazy work, y'all. And I got pages and pages of this stuff, y'all. I'm working on stuff. I be having my notes, pulling chapters from my book, re-going over a lot of stuff. And I'm like, man, I want to go live and talk about that. But I know y'all got some answers. It's hard to find me now. They done took my YouTube. They took my TikTok. They took my Twitter. We got a new YouTube up called Healing the Illusion. So y'all go and follow me on there. I'm uploading all of my old videos on that. I'm creating another YouTube where I'm only going to do podcasts. But we're going to be doing interviews with some of the biggest, dopest people that's contributing to the community, the healing community here. If y'all seen, shouts out to my brother and my friend, 19 Keys. If y'all seen our video that we dropped yesterday, I showed y'all around my 18,000 square foot facility, Health and Wellness Detoxification Institute. And I showed y'all my studio, and my studio got 6 sides to it. And I showed y'all 4 of those sizes. And each side to the studio is a different podcast. So we finna do some amazing podcasts. I got the At the Feet of My Elders podcast. I got the Exchange Over the Salt Lamp podcast. I got my own anatomy physiology podcast, and I have what you will call Black Vegan News podcast. That's the name we got for it now, and I might change it because I'm not vegan and I'm not black. So that's gonna change soon. But I have my tech making the page and everything. As soon as we get the podcast YouTube up, what's up, son? As soon as we get the podcast YouTube up, I'm gonna make sure that I put it on my Instagram and on all my platforms for y'all can follow me on there. All right. So what I want y'all to do. You look wonderful. Thank you. I've been doing a lot of work on myself. So what we're going to do is... they moving fast. So y'all send me... If y'all don't mind, y'all got like a junk email or something that y'all got access to, send it to me. When you send it to me, I'm going to post it on the screen. Now, B will send you an actual email. Click the link and it'll pull you into my actual screen. If you want to get pulled in. Or you can ask your questions here. But if you want to get pulled in live with me right now, send me your email.
One right now.
You seen one?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Which one? Do the one I just posted.
Okay, let me see it.
Is Lachelle11 at Hotmail.
All right.
We finna pull you in.
See, we got a delay on my screen. I don't see it for a few minutes. Just go and give it to you, sir.
It is LECHELLE 11 at Hotmail. Make sure that y'all using y'all junk mail, because people gonna be trying to sell y'all stuff. Y'all putting so many emails up.
All right, I sent that one over. Jerry looks for it.
All right, so Nabi just sent it. Click in and it'll pull you into my system. Khan. Definitely Ibrit. Definitely a Hebrew. Proud to be a Hebrew. Shalom, shalom, lacha. Y'all see all these Hebrew books around here. Y'all see I got Hebrew words under my thing and everything.
Okay, well, we're giving somebody else.
She ain't climbed in yet? All right, we're going to give it to somebody else. I'm going to post another one. Do God 888. This is a junk one right here. God 888 4440 at Gmail. That's definitely a junk. They ain't using that for nothing. I put it on my screen. And they talking about the recipe. So the recipe for a parasite, I tell y'all this all the time. Wormwood. Fresh cloves. Do dried wormwood leaf. Right? Do an ounce of that. Do a half ounce of fresh cloves, y'all. Half ounce of fresh clove. Right? Then you're going to do another whole ounce of black walnut hull. If you can find it in green walnut hull, the green hulls is beautiful. But if you can't, it is what it is. Use the black walnut hull. And then the last but not least, use another ounce of turkey rhubarb, y'all. Turkey rhubarb. Mix those all together. Drink them as teas. If you can do 2 of them, do the other one. Add alcohol to it. Sugarcane alcohol if you can. If not, get some brandy. Shake it up real good. Put it in the cabinet for 3 months. It'll be the most powerful tincture extractor you have. I'm telling you, it'll be the most powerful tincture extractor you have. Keep it away from sunlight. Keep it in a dark, dry, cool place. Shake it every single day. Put it back in that darkness. The tea you can start drinking immediately. Make sure that you're not feeding the parasites though. Get off all meat. Get off all dairy. Get off all sweets. Only eat fruits. Eat vegetables. Eat melons. And eat your what you will call eat your vegetables and take your herbs. And you will start seeing these things come out of the body, y'all. I have a parasite elimination kit on the website. If you can't afford my parasite elimination kit on the website, and we sell out a lot, y'all. So if it is not in stock, look at the ingredients and make your own. It's time for us to start doing for ourselves, family. And that's how you know it's not about the money, because I miss money by saying that. By telling you to do it your own. By telling you to go to my website and look at the ingredients. So that's not in no way really helping me. But it's coming to that time, though, where we all need to be our own healers in our own household. Let's see if anybody came in. I don't see nobody yet. I'm in my guess. Nobody's in yet.
Yeah, I said 2 in.
I don't see nobody yet. We waiting on y'all. We waiting on y'all. What I can do is I'm just going to answer something here. Is chicken good to eat? No, chicken is a carcinogen. Chicken is not good to eat. Chicken is not even an original bird. It was crafted and created at the John D. Rockefeller Institute over there in what they will call, over there in Israel, to be honest with you. And what they did was, well, it didn't happen in Israel. They recorded it in Israel. But they mixed a gray jungle wing fowl with a red jungle wing fowl, and that's where you get a chicken. If you look in the definition, they say chicken come from a dinosaur. That is a lie. Chicken don't come from a dinosaur. It's a made-up species. And we're actually out of it. So all of y'all eating chicken wings from KFC and chicken Popeyes and all of that, y'all eating human meat. Eating humans, eating rats, eating mice, eating all types of things, but you ain't eating chicken. There's not enough chicken in the world. Look at what Wingstop sell alone a year alone. Look at what KFC, how many chickens they sell a year alone. Look at Popeyes, how many chickens they sell a year alone. This is the biggest ones. I'm not even talking about Kentucky. I'm not even talking about the small, chicken stores. It ain't enough chickens. Ain't nobody growing that many chickens. We talking about clone chickens and we talking about mice. We talking about rats and we talking about human meat that they're feeding people. And they got us under these sacrifices, y'all. You participating in sacrificial sacrifices to Baal and Baal Peor, and you don't even know it. And that's why it's very, very important that we grow our own food. And if you are eating meat, which I am totally against, because I don't think you should kill, something shouldn't have to truly suffer for you to benefit. You see that? And that's why fruit was made for humans, because fruit don't suffer. When you pluck a fruit, you're plucking it from the plant. You're not plucking the whole plant. You see what I'm saying? So that's why fruit was made for us, to be honest. We're frugivores naturally. But when you look at what's going on, there's a big ritual going on that you are a part of subconsciously and you don't even know it. Because you are letting other people control what you eat. You are letting other people control what you drink. You are letting other people control what you wear, what you put on your skin. You're letting other people control what type of your hairstyle is. You're letting other people mold and shape you through social media, through television, through programming, through the radio, through frequency, targeting, weaponizing. Look, this is psychological warfare. And you're losing right now. So brothers like me, brothers like Keys, brothers like all of the high dimensional frequency brothers out here, and sisters, we out here just trying to show you to wake up. Hey, we at war. You sleep. You distracted. Take your life back. Because it's going to come to a time where you going to wish you knew how to grow you going to wish you knew how to grow your own food. You be like, dang, I should have been listening to Yaki 10 years ago when he was telling me that I can grow my food on my stovetop. I can grow my food by my front window. I don't even need a yard to grow food. Dang, I should have been hustling up and finding community and buying some land. Like in a couple years, the Agenda 2030 is real, y'all. It's written in stone. It's real. So it behooves us to prepare. Let's say it don't happen. At least we was prepared. Let's say all of this is a big conspiracy theory, right? Which it's not. At least we was prepared. Let's say that this mass extermination event is just all fake. At least we was prepared. Y'all better prep. Look, we got to be wise, man. We are people that have become so unwise. Like seriously. We too busy following trends. We too busy trying to have fun. Not saying that your life's supposed to be depressing. Not saying you're supposed to spend your whole entire life in mental solitude. I'm not even saying that. But like, are we prepared? Do your children know what to do if something happened? If a bomb went off right now, do your children know a protocol? Because when it hit the fan, most of your children in public school anyway, you ain't going to be able to get to them. Most of y'all working 9 to 5s. Do y'all even got a protocol in place? If something was to happen to you, what do you have set up to perpetuate the family going? What are you leaving behind for your children? What are you teaching your children? Are you teaching them survival skills? Are you teaching them how to raise their own cattle? Or you teaching them how to grow seed, how to save seed? Half of our people don't even know what seed saving is. We don't even know the word seed sovereignty. I see people chew apples, they spit the seeds out. I'm saving the seeds. I'm cleaning them. I'm drying them off. I'm canning them real good. I'm putting them in a dry, cool place. And I'm going to mark the date on them. And I go check on them because I know that I might need these seeds one day. See, we have to think like we already at war because we are. Just because ain't nobody kicking in your dough and toe tagging and body bagging you don't mean you at war. War is on different fronts now. Chemical warfare, color warfare. Yes, they warring through colors now. Frequency warfare, dirty electricity warfare, mental warfare. Water war. It's water wars going on right now. Food warfare. Y'all think that they making processed foods for no reason? No, they make processed foods to process you. GMO foods? They make GMO foods for it can bring you to a state of infertility. You can't consume GMO and ultra processed foods and give birth. And if you do, you're going to give birth to sick children. And that's the reason why we have 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds coming to us all the time with what, Nabi?
Cancer.
What? Be specific with the cancer.
Brain cancer.
Brain cancer. And then you track down the diets. McDonald's every day. Fried foods every day. McDonald's is known not to be real food. McDonald's don't even decompose. It don't even break down. Like, we got it, man. Look. I was just talking to a very, very good friend of mine the other day, and I said, look, I cried all day. I cried all day. And she was like, why? And I said, because I felt the pain of my people. I was praying and I was praying in the Hebrew tongue. And I just felt the pain of my people. I said, damn, my people we don't get it. And my heart hurt it so bad for us. It hurt it so bad for us because we just don't get it. It's like no matter how hard I preach, no matter how hard I teach, No matter how many facilities I build, no matter how many countries and states I travel to, there's still only going to be a remnant that get this knowledge, and there's still going to be a lot that fall by the wayside. That's going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Like, I mean, that's the truth. And it hurted me to really just sit back and look at that, and all these people that be coming to us. I felt the weight of our patients, the weight of our clients. I felt the weight of the world. I was looking through my DM. That's why I don't even look through my DM. I got tens of thousands of messages. I can never get to everybody. And everybody got cancer. I just felt, I'm a cancer, y'all. I'm an empath. I felt everybody weight. I just broke down, started praying. They say, I know I'm on the floor 6 hours just praying and crying for the people, sending y'all good affirmations and, speaking to y'all and just giving y'all quantum healing. Because I know me personally by myself I can't get in contact with everybody. We 4 to 6 months backed up. We just now finna open back up the clinic in what? On the 12th of August. On the 12th of August. That's how backed up we been. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying, man, if y'all don't, we have to get this as individuals. There will not always be a 19 keys and a Yaqui and how we so accessible right now. It's not going to always be like that. We come into a time, you see what they doing to me already. You see what they doing and trying to silence me already just for posting some damn healing testimonies. So this ain't finna get no better. Like, the time is coming, y'all, where I'm talking about, same back in the biblical days, when you spoke truth and you spoke freedom, they was beheading and cutting your tongues out. It's gonna be in a different way coming now, but it's still gonna be the same way where the leaders, those that's trying to free the minds of the people, will be looked at like they're a terrorist against this regime, y'all. What y'all think? Locking us up. Y'all see what happened to our brother? Locking brothers up without a trace for speaking on esoteric spirituality. I'm talking about our brother Rashad Jamal, free casing brothers just for leading and saying, no, I do not agree with the narrative. No, I do not agree with the system. Young Pharaoh, one of the pioneers to the conscious community, one of the youngest pioneers, the youngest brother to ever do it. Hands down, look, shots out to Young Pharaoh. Cold with it. Y'all see the incident he had with the mushrooms and the girl and, wigged him out for a minute. So it's like all of the leaders that separates themselves, from the status quo and saying, look, y'all, here go the right way to do it. This is what's going to lead our people to freedom. This is what's going to give us mental and spiritual quality of life. This how we live long. This how we separate ourselves and come amongst each other and rebirth our nation. This how you transcend. This how you get out of this rat race. They either put a woman on you, they either put drugs on you, they either put out some rumors about you that will, defamate the hell out of your character that's not even true. They say you done some gay things or you touched on a child. Just think about all of our leaders. And then the part that hurt me the worst, they send somebody that look just like you to do it. And I was just thinking about all of that, man, the other day. And the weight, I felt the weight of the people. I felt it. It felt like a ton of bricks was on me. I couldn't move for 6 hours. The only thing I can do is just pray in the holy tongue. Just like, man, in order for us to get out of the predicament we in, there would have to be unity and there would have to be a supernatural event. It have to be something supernatural. It would have to be. Just saying. All right. Yeah, I know. I just went on my rant. Hey, that was needed. I feel better getting that off my chest. Yeah, so no meat. All right, so look, ain't nobody came in yet?
I sent a couple more just while you was on there. I just grabbed some emails and I don't know what's going on. Maybe they don't know what it looks like as they're looking at.
It's cool. What I do is I just answer them from there. What questions y'all got? Give me some questions. Okay, here go one. This one is from Deal ZP. It says, questions. If your body is producing mutated cells, can that be reversed? Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
No, ain't nobody trying to get. Yep. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to that question. All right, you in the room. I can't hear you though. You gotta turn your camera on, Lichelle.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, how you doing?
It's.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you see me? And can you hear me?
I can see you, but you can't see me.
Yes, I can see you. I got a question, y'all. Can any of y'all hear Lichelle?
I can't see it, but I can hear you.
Let me put her up here.
I can hear you and I can see you.
Okay, I just want to make sure that they can hear and see you as well.
Okay, now I see her. Now I see her.
It's delaying a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Facebook instead of Instagram.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get it right, y'all.
All
All right, we good?
Yeah, we're delaying.
All right, so what's going on with you? Talk to me.
Okay, well, it's delaying. I'm going to say what's going on.
Okay.
Okay, good. So, I've been following you forever. Actually, just called your offices yesterday to see when I can get in with you. I'm going to get rid of my Instagram. Maybe that's why it's not going. I don't know. But so I've had this sinus issue for years. I had two root canals from over here.
Okay.
And when they pulled it out, there was infection, which was probably parasites. Now that you know all this, I know that now. You know, I didn't know that then. So I had root canals removed. I tried everything. Cannot get the sinus cavity to open up. I can breathe, but just nothing's happened there. Sometimes I can feel it drain to one side or the other, but it's just been blocked.
So
I had extreme exhaustion.
Extreme exhaustion.
Extreme. And that was going on even before the root canals, before the problem. That's something I've suffered with forever. So I really want to get in your clinic. Like I said, I literally just called yesterday and tried to get in. But I called at the wrong time. You guys opened an hour before me.
Okay, well we're opening up on the 12th of August. So what we would do is I'm gonna get your information, and then I will have our medical assistant or Shim reach out to you, and then we'll get you booked in. We open up on the 12th, so.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
Your facility looks amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate it. We got a bad echo going on.
Yeah, I cut off Instagram. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay, well we just gonna have to deal with the echo. So what I would say to you though, for what you have going on, we're going to have to talk about the actual cephaloid cavities. So it sounds like that the mucus is solidified inside of your actual cranial area. So you have to break up that mucus. The best way to break up that mucus is going on a solid food vacation.
Okay.
So
I drink like 90% smoothies.
Okay.
That's good.
You need it.
That's 90% of my diet, and I'm vegan.
Okay, so what you need to do though, you need to go with a lesser dense type of hydration. If I was you, I would do like a grape fast, a lemon fast, or what you can do is you can do 45 ounces of water a day and add lemons to it. Because the astringents from the lemon will help break up that solidification.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta see what's going on with this. I can't even hear myself.
I'm not echoing on my side. So I know you hear yourself echoing, but I'm not hearing the echo. If that helps.
Okay. What about now?
I have not heard the echo all the time.
That is crazy. Use the echo cancellation. It still ain't working. But what I would do is, so let's do this: 45 ounces of spring water a day.
Okay.
All right. Within that 45 ounces of spring water, you're going to bring in your citric fruits. We're going to do lemons and we're going to do key limes. That'll help break up that calcification and that solidification of mucus that's in your cephaloid cavities. All right. Now, along with that, you're going to be doing intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So if I was you, I will be eating between the windows of 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. I won't eat anything before 12 p.m. and I won't eat anything after 6 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Now, we have something on the site that is beautiful. It's called the Astringent X Tincture. And it's literally made just to pull and bust up mucus.
That's what I mean.
So Nabi will contact you. What you can do is, since you have the email already, because that's how you was able to get pulled in, Nabi will contact you, or Shem would contact you, and we'll get you booked. There's a bunch of people we booking up right now. Since you was lucky enough to get on here, you'll be somebody that can get in.
I can't wait. I live in Tampa, but I will be there.
All right, so
because I've been following you for years, and I'm like, I already know like where I'm at. Like I said, I'm vegan. I've been doing all these things for all these years, just trying to get over this exhaustion. I love what you're doing with the blood. You know, those kind of. I'm just really ready to take this to the next level and get over this. Like I've been dealing with it forever.
Well, let's do it, Lachelle. Look, I tell everybody, give me 90 days, 3 months, and I'll change your life, guaranteed.
I believe you. I believe you. I've seen what you've done for other people. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. So we're gonna be calling you tomorrow, right, Nabi? Nabi will reach out to you tomorrow.
All right.
She already in the email. So since you already got the email, yeah, he's gonna reach out to you through the email.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you for your time.
All right, peace.
Have a good night. I appreciate you.
Now how do you hang up? I'm new to this part.
I'm just gonna X all the way out. So thank you again.
No problem.
No, let's try again.
All right, perfect. What was that echo? I need to figure that echo thing out. Who else we got? So the question was that was pulled up was questions. If your body is producing mutated cells, can that be reversed? And I said, yes, it can be. Yes, it can be. And what I'm saying is it can be reversed because all mutation is, remember, I teach y'all. I'm going to do this one next. Now, this is what I teach y'all. You have digestion, you have absorption, you have a digestion, absorption, you have utilization, and you have elimination. That's what you have, right? So if you have digestion, you have absorption, you have utilization, if you have elimination, the moment one of them stop working, you have congestion. Congestion brings on what? Toxicity. Toxicity brings on deficiency. In order for your body to work, you have to adapt. Now, for your body to adapt to basically stay in this acidic terrain, because you're not digesting properly, because you're not utilizing properly, because you're not absorbing properly, because you're not eliminating properly, and since that congestion done actually congested all of your cells, then for the cells to be able to adapt, they have to mutate. So in order to basically take a mutated cell and bring it back to normal, or bring on a autophagy type of situation where those mutated cells die, what you have to do is you have to go back. You have to fix digestion. After you fix digestion, you have to fix absorption. As you fix an absorption, you have to fix utilization. While you fixing utilization, you have to fix elimination. Once you fix the elimination pathways, you are no longer congested. Since you're not congested, now you can actually use all of the nutrients. So there's no more deficiencies. Since there's no more deficiencies, you can combat toxicity. Since you can combat toxicity, then you don't have to adapt. Now, since you do not have to adapt, your cells don't have to mutate. For people like that, I give geogenetic therapeutic package all day, every day. They always sold out on the site. We released 500, and I promise you they'll be going in how many days, Nabi? A day or two. We'll put 500 on the site. It'll be going in 24 hours to 48 hours. That's how good this stuff works. So geogenetic therapeutic package in my daily schedule. That's what really will help with that. And all you're doing is you're just going back to nature. That's all you're doing. You're going back to nature. You're going back to nature, family. And that's how you truly, truly heal yourself. Grounding, right? Getting all of those negative ions in you, which we'll call electrons. Letting it disperse and get rid of all of the protons. You got to remember, electrons, alkaline. Protons, proteins. Proteins are made of what? Amino acids. Acids, acidic. So electrons, alkaline. Proton, acidic. Right? And then you start looking at nutrients. When you start looking at biochemistry and the way of food, it'll completely change your life. Start eating from the earth. Quit killing things and killing animals and eating animals. Get off all dairy products, especially if you're a melanated being. Get off all dairy products. Get off all animal products. Make sure that you're drinking clean water. Get a Kangen water machine if you need to, or find a good spring. Get connected to somebody that got wells dug in their backyard. Drink from there. Eat fruits, eat berries, eat melons, eat herbs. Get in oxygen. If you can't afford an oxygen tank like I got, sit down in Indian style and do deep diaphragmatic breathing. Do conscious breathing. Get that oxygen in. Because remember, 21% you good. But we're not even breathing in 21%. My facility offer 100% and 96 and 92% oxygen. You see what I'm saying? Find you a hyperbaric chamber. Do some ozone therapy, especially rectum ozone. That will put oxygen directly into the blood. There's so many things that you can do. But what you need to stop doing is you need to quit eating acidic food, acidic forming food. You need to get out of acidic environments. You have to change your environment and you have to change your mindset. And you got to believe that it's going to work. You got to get on the herbs, open up your detoxification pathways, because remember, elimination is your problem because you congested. And since you congested, that's what's causing the cells to adapt by mutating. Make sure that you eliminate it. Open up the NRF2 pathways. Open up the liver pathways, these three-stage detoxification pathways. Get glutathione in your system. Start eating more cruciferous vegetables. There's so many things you can do. Wake up in the morning. Get some sodium bicarbonate, or what you'll call baking soda. Take a tablespoon of that in the morning and take a teaspoon at night. This will start alkaline in the blood and alkaline in the body. Make sure that you're drinking lemon and limes with every water that you put inside your mouth. This start alkaline in the blood, start alkaline in the tissues. Now you're reversing the terrain from an acidic terrain to an alkaline terrain, and now you're allowing the more electron donors in the body. So since the electron donors are getting in the body, the voltage of the mitochondria go higher. Now since the voltage of the mitochondria go higher, you can dock hemoglobin and you can dock what you will call oxygen more. Now, since you have the oxygen molecule, the actual the APT chain, the adenosine triphosphate chain, have everything it needs to pass Krebs cycle. Now you are producing clean energy, you are breathing better, and now all of your cells have all the mechanisms that it need to work and function properly, and there's no more mutation. That's how it works. You have to turn back. Shuv. You got to repent. Shabbat, shuv. Turn back, repent. All repent means is to turn back. We got to repent. We are breaking the laws of nature, y'all. We're breaking the laws of nature. Technology is killing us. Wi-Fi is killing us. These lights are killing us. Artificial lights. The body thinks the sun out is at every day of the night. Our biological clocks is messed up. And then we passing all of these weak genes expressions down to our children. And we wonder why our children are so sick, and they're constantly sick, and they're constantly sick, and they're constantly. You be like, damn, what's really going on? You letting tablets raise them full frequency. You got to start putting them, no, you can't use the tablet today. No, you can't use them headphones today. No, go outside. Go climb a tree. Go ground. When you outside, take your shoes off, son. Take your shoes off, daughter. We done pacified them so much, they go outside, they say, ew. You tell them to take their shoes off. Ew. No. I remember climbing trees, breaking my arms. You know what I'm saying? Like, technology have distracted us, y'all. So how you unmutate cells, the best thing I say is kill them. I kill my cells. I will put so much nutrition in my body that it will force a detoxification. It will force autophagy. I'm not even trying to make the mutation cells normal cells again. I want to get rid of those. And then the new cells that come in, I want those to be normal proliferating cells. So I'm not even trying to undo the mutation. I'm trying to get rid of the mutation. But that's how you do it. Cleanse the gut. Eat correctly, hydrate, get in the sun, drink clean water, ground out on earth, eat from the earth, stop eating dead animals, quit eating animal productive products like dairy products, love your neighbor as you love yourself, forgive those who have harmed you, because holding on to that grief is going to keep your liver from detoxifying. Look in the mirror, tell yourself good affirmations, see the healing, feel the healing, express the healing like it's already done, then boom, you heal. I know it sounds too easy, don't it? Because healing is simple. Healing is simplistic. As I just said in the last podcast when I was in Miami, Florida, we making it hard. We making it hard. Somebody said, yeah, it's dirty out there now. Yup, dirty as hell, y'all. Dirty everything. All right, Ariel, a real queen. My brother have diabetes and he is on insulin. he's now starting to suffer from neuropathy. Oh, nerve damage. That's what them sugar molecules will do. Them crystallized sugar molecules will damage the nerves. What do you recommend for him to heal diabetes? All right, diabetes. So you got two pathways in diabetes. Diabetes is when, and then this is insulin dependent diabetes, which we get people off of insulin pens and pumps all the time. But when you start looking at the diabetes that her brother have, what's happening is you have the pancreas. The pancreas have something inside it called the islets of Langerhans. The islets of Langerhans inside of it have alpha cells and beta cells, right? The beta cells produce insulin, right? Beta cells produce insulin. Insulin acts as a key mechanism to open up the cell to allow glucose to come in, and then the cells use that glucose and it goes through something called glycolysis. Glycolysis then breaks down that glucose to pyruvate. Pyruvate then is broken down and goes through a Krebs cycle and it releases fructose. All glucose turns into fructose, just to let you know. And then the fructose is down regulated. And once the fructose is down regulated, it goes through the respiratory chain. When it get through the respiratory chain, all of these different enzymic reactions through minerals and proteins like ceruloplasma and copper, like magnesium, like iron phosphate, all binds and dock together, creating this engine-like molecule to turn that glucose that went through glycolysis to a water vapor. That water vapor then draws on the phosphate and turns into ATP, which is what gives you energy. Diabetes is when this don't happen. The glucose goes into the bloodstream, but it's never allowed into the cells because the insulin is not acting as a key mechanism to unlock the membrane. So what happens is the sugars start to ferment inside the blood. This is called glycation glycosylation. Glycation glycosylation. So now the blood cells begins to what? Glycate. And when and a glaze go over them. This damaged something called the glycocalyx. The glycocalyx is actually the nerve sheaths and these grass-like fibers that cover up the nerves and cover up the vascular walls. So now, since it's glycating, remember sugars are a crystalline substance, it hardens. So now you start hardening the nerves and you start hardening the glycocalyx, and the glycobiome gets disrupted because you start solidifying and freezing the actual microbiome because the microbiome is introduced to the glycobiome. So now all of this glycation is killing everything in the body, and then it hits the nerves, all because insulin is you're insulin resistant. Insulin is not acting as a key to unlock the cellular membrane to bring in the sugar molecule for you can go through glycolysis and get ATP. How do we fix that problem? First thing first, you have to deworm. I have not seen one person with diabetes, whether we talking about hyper or hypo, that don't have the pancreatic flukeworm. It's called the pancreatic flukeworm. They can get up to 3 inches long, y'all. 3 inches long. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to deworm yourself. Wormwood. Mixed with cloves. Mixed with black walnut hull. Mixed with turkey rhubarb. Just an hour ago on this live, I showed you what to do, and I showed you how to drink these things. I showed you how to add the sugarcane alcohol or the grape sugar alcohol to it, or some good brandy, some 1738, some type of high quality shelf type of alcohol to make you a tincture, to make your herbal abstract. Get these things. Start killing pancreatic flukeworm. While you're killing pancreatic flukeworm, you need to fast. You need to fast from things that brings in glucose because you have two metabolic pathways. You have what you will call the lymphatic liver pathway. Then you have the blood pathway. The beautiful thing about fruits is fruit bypasses the pancreas. Fruit bypasses the pancreas. So the pancreas need to go to sleep because we need to cleanse the pancreas of all these worms, and we need to make sure we get communication with the autonomic nervous system, or what you will call the intrinsic or the enteric nervous system, which is the adrenal glands. It have to communicate again back with the pancreas to tell it, hey, islands of Langerhans, wake up. A cells, B cells, D cells, or delta cells, somatostatin growth hormone. You see that? Insulin, wake up. You need to be a key mechanism. In order to do that, you have to cleanse the adrenal glands. In order to cleanse the adrenal glands, you have to cleanse the gut. In order to cleanse the gut, you first have to get what's dirtying up the gut in the first place, which is the food you eat and all the parasites you got in you. So these are the things you need to do. Then what you're going to do is this is what we do. We put people on an all fruit diet. Why do we put people on an all fruit diet? Because the all fruit diet bypasses the pancreas. The pancreas is allowed to rest while you cleansing it and deworming it and getting this connection back to the adrenal glands. Now, I don't recommend you juicing. Don't juice because juicing will keep the blood sugar spiked. Also, too, fasting, intermittent fasting. And I would recommend he do a 6-hour dry fast. That's what I would do if it was me. And you will see that your blood sugar do not spike. And now you got to play teeter-totter, eating food, and then seeing how fast your glucose rise. All right, if it rise and it stay risen for more than 2 to 3 hours, cut it out of the diet. If it rise because anything you eat is gonna raise blood sugar, anything. But if what's diabetes is when it don't go down, when your A1C don't go down, when your glucose numbers don't go down, when you reading 120 or higher, your A1C is 6.5 or higher, and it's staying that way for long periods of times. That's diabetes. That's when you diabetic. That's kidneys. That's adrenals. That's pancreas. That's parasites. Because you're not utilizing sugars. What utilizes the sugars and the steroids in your body is your adrenal glands. What communicates and talk to the actual adrenal glands that actually tell the beta cells to release insulin is tell the beta cells to release insulin. Insulin is the kidneys and the adrenal glands. So you got to cleanse the adrenal glands, you got to cleanse the kidneys, and you have to cleanse the pancreas. You cannot do that if you're constantly using the pancreas. You have a food that you can eat that bypass the pancreas and let the pancreas stay asleep while you cleansing and healing it. And that is an all fruit diet. Now, I understand people say, well, fruit is going to raise. There's only certain fruits that do that. If you're diabetic, I wouldn't recommend you eat bananas while you're doing this cleanse. If you're diabetic, I wouldn't recommend that you juicing your grapes while you're doing this cleanse. Don't juice your grapes. You can eat them, but don't juice them. But an all fruit diet, 21 days. Monitor and check your blood sugar. The things that keep your blood sugar the highest, take it out. If I eat a kiwi and it keeps my blood sugar high for more than 4 hours, I'm going to take it out. If I eat grapes and it makes sure and my blood sugar go high for an hour and a half too, but it goes back down, I'm going to keep that on my cleansing list. You got to work. Everybody's body is different. While you doing that, you need to do my endocrino support kit. Endocrino support kit off the website. If you can't buy it or if it's out of stock because all of y'all done bought it already, all you have to do is get the ingredients, go to your local herbal store, make them yourself, family. Make them yourself. That's how you get rid of diabetes. Diabetes is like this to us. Insulin dependent or not, because we understand the mechanics, the mechanism behind it. But you got to kill that pancreatic fluke worm first. We had somebody climb in, they climbed out. My bad, y'all, I done hung up on y'all. All right, who else we got? Somebody said, what? Don't juice grapes. No, if you diabetic, do not juice your grapes. It will spike the hell out of your blood sugar. And I mean for 24 hours. It don't go down. It don't go down. And I done seen this with over 16 different clients. All right, who else we got in here? It says, the food our grandparents ate weren't as processed as today. I agree, Marceline. I agree, it wasn't. It wasn't. And before them, they great-grandpas and grandmothers, it wasn't processed. The best thing you can do is grow your own food. I got a 10-acre farm. I grow my own food. I eat my own food. It's beautiful. I don't eat anything I eat got one ingredient, and that ingredient is what the food is. Am I lying? I be? Hey, we very simple around here. Straight up. I don't eat. If it got more than one, I barely eat from the store, but if I go to the store and I give me some food, I'm going straight to organic produce, and that's the food. It's not going to be mixed with nothing. If it's a sweet potato, it don't even have the name on it because that's what it is. So if it got to have a name on the bag, I don't want it. If it got to have the name on the bag, I don't want it. Straight up. If it's mixed with anything, I'm cool. If I'm going to eat processed food, it's going to be food that I process by bringing all single ingredients together by myself in my kitchen. And then my processing is cooking the food, because you are denaturing the food in a specific way so that it's processed. But it's going to be me processing the food. I'm not going to buy processed food just to process it, then eat it. Because now, since it's simple process, by you cooking it, you made it ultra processed, then you eat it. Now you're eating ultra processed food. Makes no sense, family. All right, what else we got? This one says 888 Venus Goddess 888. If you have continuous bleeding and the doctor prescribed progesterone to stop the bleeding, what would you recommend to stop the bleeding? Progesterone. Now you can get your progesterone from different type of things like black cohosh. Blue cohosh got estrogen. Black cohosh got progesterone. You can do things like that. Quassia bark, help produce more progesterone. But you got to go after the pituitary gland. For you, I would say berries, berries, berries. The berry kingdom, high in flavonoids, high in antioxidants, high in everything that you need. That's what's going to be good. Berries is a part of the reproductive part of a lady. Anytime a lady have reproductive issue where she's bringing forth her issue and she can't get rid of that issue and her issue be a blood, that's what I would do. I would go on a berry diet, go berry crazy. Berries, 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 acai berries, blueberries, blackberries, mulberries, strawberries, any type of berries, Cassandra berries. Eat these berries. And while you eating these berries, make sure, because since you bleeding, your iron is low. I know you have a parasite. You bleed out all of your iron in your liver, probably trapping iron, and you have a liver flu. I would deworm myself. And then what you need, though, is the geogenetic therapeutic package. Remember, the only reason why you have a period or a menstrual cycle is for you can shed the endometrium lining of your cervix. And you're shedding that endometrium lining of your cervix because you didn't get pregnant when that corpus luteum cyst popped up on that ovary and you didn't get ejaculated in. Or the sperm was just weak because, most of our brothers are smoking and drinking and doing everything else under the sun. So they don't have no life force in their semen no more. But if that corpus luteum, it's not docked to semen, and the egg don't come together, then you're not pregnant. So what happened is estrogen goes high. And when estrogen goes high, it allows the endometrium lining of your cervix to shed, and then you bleed. Now, when you're bleeding, you're literally bleeding a cyst off every month that's developed on your ovary and on the endometrium lining of your cervix every single month. Notice when estrogen stay high, the proliferation of that cyst start turning into multiple cysts. This is what turned into polyovarian cyst syndrome, PCOS. You see that? Then PCOS turned into fibroids. Then these fibroids turn into cancers because they inhabit parasites. So if you have an issue and your issue is blood and you can't stop the bleeding, you do need progesterone. Get progesterone in those ways I just said and go after the pituitary gland, because the pituitary gland is the governing gland over the reproductive organ over a woman and a male. And just so happen when you start looking up all the phytochemistry and all the phytonutrients that help with issues of blood, it's the berry kingdom. I will go on a berry diet. I will get the geogenetic level 2 from off my site. If you can't afford the geogenetic level 2, definitely get the endocrino kit and heal your body. Go after the pituitary, go after the thyroid and adrenal axis, because that's what controls your actual body. Check your cholesterol count. See what's going on with your sexual hormones. What are you producing too much of and what you're not producing too much of. And you have to check and make sure that you don't have no fibroids or no cysts there that's constantly bleeding too. But I'm pretty sure it's a parasitic infection that we got to get rid of. So I would deworm you. I will put you on geogenetic therapy. I will put you on a 90% berry diet, and I'll monitor you for 3 months until we get rid of the issue. That's what I would do. But the geogenetics is always out of stock. Family, that's because y'all are always buying them. Nabi, I think they be thinking I'm lying. Tell them, don't we
put hundreds on them every other day?
Every other day we stock them. Soon as we stock them, it's like y'all, look, and I'm not even bragging, y'all. I'm just telling y'all the truth. My website do numbers like Walmart. That's how many people be on my site at one time. So soon as the geogenetic, we'll put 400 up. Y'all will get them all in 2 days. It don't even be 48 hours. Y'all buy them all up. So that's why I'm creating the book. That's why I'm creating the classes. Because I'm like, at this point, I can't. And then y'all get mad at me. Y'all say hire more people. How many more people y'all want me to hire? How many more people they want me to hire, Nabi?
Yeah,
Now, I'm not saying it's a bad problem. It's actually a good problem. That means my stuff work and I'm in high demand. It makes sense why the government's doing what they're doing, taking down I get it. But all I'm saying is this. Y'all got to be patient with us, y'all. We have exhausted all of our resources helping y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, we don't get, look, I had to have a meeting with my whole staff. It's time to start choosing y'all first. We starting to look like the sick people. We start to look like sick people we healing because we letting y'all rob us of all our energy. We don't get no days off. We can't do nothing. Nah, we got to change that narrative, y'all. So I love y'all. We working on ways, but we put them up, y'all grab them. So the only thing I can say is just look out for them. Look out for that notification to hit your email, and just always stay on that site. Stay on that site, because as soon as they go up, people snatching them quick. All right, let's see. Y'all, these questions coming in so fast.
Oh.
How do you deworm? I already told you that. What's the website? The website is www.yahkiawakened.com. YahkiAwakened.com. For those just climbing in, I just put it in.
It's on the bottom of the screen.
It's on the bottom of the screen, y'all. I just put it in there. And it's on the bottom of my screen. Look at my screen, www.yahkiawakened.com. Y'all see it? Look at the bottom of my screen. For those that's talking about Chicago, we will be in Chicago September the 6th, September the 7th. All you have to do is go to the website, y'all. Go to the website, click on the event tab, and click on the events, or just go strictly to yakievents.com and buy the tickets. It's going to be popping. Please explain uric acid. Somebody want me to explain uric acid. Uric acid is an acid that is a byproduct of crystallization. Not only is uric acid a byproduct of crystallization, but it's a byproduct of eating too many amino acid complex proteins from animal meat. So you notice people have the highest uric acid that eats the highest carnivore diet. Uric acid is very, very destructive. It likes to work with carbonic acid. They rob the body of oxygen. They crystallize cells. They make cells mutate. They bring cells together. It's called cellular welding. And they rob the kidneys. They completely rob the kidneys of electrolytes, and they damage the nephrons. And if you want to get leaky gut, and if you want to be leaking protein through your urine, eat a high meat diet. That's where you get uric acid from. But I will be a liar if I said it only comes from eating milk and dairy products. It don't. It comes from eating other foods too. And that's the reason why you have to keep your metabolic detoxification pathways open. We have to focus on ingestion, digestion, absorption, utilization, elimination. That will keep you from getting congested. Because if you get congested, the body have to do what? The body have to adapt. Because the adaptants come from the toxemia. See that? And the what? Depletion of minerals, the deficiencies. So in order for the body to adapt to the terrain that you put it in, they have to mutate. We have to, and I'm not here talking bad about acids. We need acids. We would die without acids. Your DNA is made of acids, deoxyribonucleic acids. Your RNA is made of acid, ribose nucleic acid, which with a sugar backbone. You see that? The hydrochloric acid in your stomach is how you break down your food. Most of these acids are actually good for us. Think about it. Think about it. Lactic acid is good when it's in small amounts. It's how you build muscle. It's good for you. And most of the vitamins that you have. Citric acid, that comes from lemons, that comes from limes. These are acidic fruits, but are alkaline forming in the end because it leaves back certain ash and minerals that have a negative charge, that are cations. There's alkalinity. Most of the ones that leave back a positive charge, most of them, because you do still got some that's cations that's considered alkalining agents, like calcium. But you see what I'm saying? So I don't know, I'm a biochemist, y'all. So I just speak a different language. I see things very, very different from a lot of people. All right, you want me to do one more, Nabi?
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Yes, the DNA. Yes. All right, I'll do this last one. All right, it's your girl, Desi. My husband has psoriasis on the hand and growing. He has high blood pressure and swollen feet. I'm going to work my way from the bottom up. Swollen feet, kidneys are not functioning properly. So what's happening is he's containing too much liquids and fluids. And now it's starting to actually spill out into the interstitial fluid. And that's the reason why he's getting swollen feet. Because the nephrons are not filtering and he don't have enough sodium. He probably got sodium in, but he's not utilizing it. Because sodium pulls water and it maintains water. Potassium and sodium is what regulates water inside the cells and outside the cells. So we know something is going on with the kidney. So we're going to have to put them on a kidney cleanse. If you want to do your own herbs, I would do parsley root. Parsley root is so good. Parsley root and parsley leaf is so good for the kidneys. I do both of those. Them cleanse the kidneys out super, super good. Now we're talking about high blood pressure. When you look at high blood pressure, that is systolic and diastolic. Systolic is the top number. That's supposed to be, they say 120. Diastolic is the bottom number. That's supposed to be 80. 120 over 80. That's clinical textbook. When you look at so-called African Americans, our blood pressure is naturally higher because our kidneys automatically hold and produce more waste because we're constantly in a state of fight or flight and detoxification. That's why we hold more creatinine and produce more creatinine than any other race of people on earth. So what you need to do is do a kidney and adrenal cleanse. On my site, I have something called the kidney and adrenal kit. If it's unavailable, try to make it yourself. If not, wait around for it. But till then, you need to do a 21-day raw fast. Do raw fruits, raw vegetables. All right. If I was him, I would limit my intake of water down to 42 ounces, no more than 45 ounces a day. While I'm doing that, I will be moving my body with compression socks on to try to get some of that water up. This also showed me that his second heart pump is out, which is his calf muscles. The calf muscles is what pumps all of the blood and all of the interstitial extra fluid back up to the heart into recirculation by way of the kidneys. That's all through the calf muscles. So he definitely need to be doing some calf muscle strength training as well. He need to be making sure he breathing, calming his nervous system, getting out of a state of fight or flight. You need to be doing everything to make sure that that man is at peace. 21-day fruit fast, 21-day raw vegetable fast. Just get off of it. Quit eating all cooked food. Stay away from anything that have more than one ingredient. And you will see all these things regulate. The psoriasis is the hemorrhoid parasites. When you look at herpes, over 118 different strands of herpes is available in the world. When it comes to humans, we are now prone to 23 of them. Psoriasis is a part of that. Psoriasis is also a worm. So you have to kill the worm and you have to kill the interstitium interdimensional parasite. And I recommend geogenetic therapeutic package level 2 for that. And we noticed that infrared sauna is very, very good for psoriasis. Infrared sauna. Get in there, do the infrared sauna. Make sure that you put aloe vera, clean organic aloe vera all over the body when it's done. You will see the psoriasis leave. But it's a parasitical, zoster issue though. It's herpes. It's another form of herpes. You have chicken pox, smallpox, shingles, psoriasis, chronic acne, itchy elbow, herpes dermatitis. I done seen herpes on the hand. We done seen herpes on the chin. I done seen herpes on the elbows. I seen somebody had herpes on their leg. You can get herpes from eating certain foods. You can get herpes from using the wrong towels. These different microorganisms, or what I'm going to call parasitics, can live up on surfaces up to 4 days, and they don't put that in the literature that you need to read. But there's a book that is a beautiful book called The Cure of All Diseases by Helder Clark. This is The Cure Prevention of Cancer, but it's another one. You see it, Nabi? It's pink. It's a pink one. And she go in on herpes. She's saying the same thing I've been saying for the longest. And she say that herpes is caused by the ascarid worm. I proved that it's caused by the hemorrhoid worm, but this is over 60 years ago. She said 60 to 100 years ago, I believe. She said it was the ascarid worms. But we had something in common. We both said it was a parasite. You see it? I got so many damn books up there. It's a thick pink book. If you can't find it, yeah, yep, boom. Let me read y'all something real quick. Yep, that one right here. Boom. There's somebody that agree with me. And I speak a lot about this in my book too. Boom, herpes. Y'all see that? Let me read this to y'all real quick. I got videos on all this stuff, y'all. My new YouTube right now is called Healing the Illusion. Healing the Illusion. I've been uploading my old videos to that. We got a major podcast coming, so I'm creating a new YouTube for that. Once I get it, I will post it. Make sure y'all follow that. We have some of the brightest minds in the world speaking on here. White, black, brown, purple, so many different ethnicities that's coming together and putting this whole puzzle together. All right, herpes. The herpes family includes herpes simplex virus. Look, Epstein-Barr virus. Epstein-Barr is a known parasite. shingles, chicken pox. So many of them, y'all. Newly discovered ones. Herpes simplex virus 1 is a virus that breaks out around the inside of the mouth. We call it a cold sore because it often follows a cold in childhood. As children, we may get HSV once. I had it when I was a child. I had chicken pox. I gave it to my whole family. I was 7 years old. That was herpes. All right. It says once or twice each winter. When they come more often and the child's immunity is low. Adults who get repeated attacked also have low immunity. This is obvious from blood tests where the white blood cell count is less than 5,000 per millimeters. It says herpes simplex 2 breakout is in the genital area. It is often blamed on promiscuous sex. That's what they often blame it on. Right? This is the same thing I've been saying for the last decade. They often blame it on it. But I believe it have quite different origins. I've been saying that for 15 years. Been proving it. She said it before me. And I remember when I first did a class on this, brother from my old Hebrew class, you know what I'm saying? Honorary Military STL sent me this book. Then, like, man, there's somebody teaching that. And that's when I got hip to her. Now check this out. And that's why I always say, if it's a STD, then how in the hell did the first person get it? If it's a STD, how did the first person get it?
Right.
If it's sexually transmitted.
Right.
Somebody had to already have it from another source, man. Right. These people. It says, I believe that the virus is introduced to our bodies by another large parasite. Perhaps it is a pinworm called Ascarids. Perhaps it is a tapeworm stage picked up from dust or dirt. You can get it from your food. I showed this 7 years ago where tilapia had herpes on it. Tilapia fish. You see a lot of people posting it now, but I was the first person to post that. Tilapia fish had herpes, y'all. Fish. People were getting herpes from the fish in China. They swept that under the rug. Swept it under the rug. Then I shared an article from Venezuela where people were getting STDs with condoms on. Swept that under the rug. They just sweep so much stuff under the rug. You like, come on, man. But anyway, let's keep reading. It says, I believe this, perhaps a pinworm or ascaris. Perhaps it is a tapeworm stage picked up from the dust or dirt. I have some evidence that it is released from a dog. See, that's why y'all got to get rid of these pets. Y'all got to quit letting these pets lick on y'all. Quit letting these pets sleep in the same bed as y'all because they are giving y'all their phoresis parasites. She said it come from a dog worm. Stages when they're being killed by our immune system. It is probably the same tapeworm stages that is released in an endovirus called the cold virus. That explains why children frequently get cold sores during and after a cold. And then she started going into it, how to get rid of it. I mean, she go deep into it. Look, y'all, I had this book for so long. I got the whole entire thing highlighted. The book, I done read this book so much, the pages is coming apart out of the book. Just saying, y'all. They saying it's not showing no picture. They saying, yep, I remember you said that. Yeah, I definitely spoke on that before everybody. Yes. You can get herpes from eating certain foods. Yes. They'd be like, well, herpes is, and I talked about this at a university with a scientist. Well, herpes is technically not considered a zoonotic disease. It's not zootrophic. It's not zoonotic. And I'm like, what did that even mean? What about Marrak's disease? Marrak's disease is monkeys having herpes. And then you check out how monkeys, because they eat monkeys in Asia. They eat them, right? And they make monkeys in different parts of the world. They mate with them. And monkeys are literally not only delicacy, but they're pets. And then you start seeing these same Marrak's herpes on human beings. So I'd be like, well, it's only a few cases where it became zoonotic or zootopic. And you'd be like, no, them are the only cases that y'all willing to admit to. Because y'all like selling Valtrex. Valtrex is a multi-billion, $100 billion a year company. So of course I'm going to say the only way that you can never get rid of this disease, you can only suppress it. I'm not going to ever mention L-lysine to you, ever in my life. If I owned a pharmaceutical company, damn, it's going to get us taken off, ain't it? I can't help it, man. It's just seeping from my pores now, big. Golly. I just can't help it, man. I gotta tell the truth.
Lord have mercy.
But anyway, I already said it. So look, we here. So if I own a multi-trillion-dollar company based off of what you will call immunostimulate, and look, when you look up the ingredients, they're using synthetic L-lysine, right? They're using receptors that suppress L-arginine. So how about I just adapt a diet that's high in L-lysine? How about I just adapt a diet that's low in L-arginine? Like when you really start think, look, we are being bamboozled, family. We are being lied to, and it's all for profit and gain. It's all for monetary substance. All of it. They are selling death, and we are buying it. Well, I ain't no knock doing that. Tom, y'all are buying it, because I ain't buying it no more. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy, y'all. I know, man. I can't help it. The book, we done sent so many books out. So what we did was I'm combining 2 books together. Healing Illusion, We Call Disease. We were supposed to originally ship out on July 11th, which was my birthday. We pushed the date back to late November because y'all was complaining about the price. The book is $150 for 350 pages. It was for $150. It's a curriculum. What I did was, because I had 2 parts to the book, I was going to release both of them separate for 150 each. Y'all complain so much. Nabi got such a good heart. We brought the whole team together. We said, look, let's add the second book to the first book, make it 1 book, 750 pages for $150. So that's what we did. So what we did was we sent the first 350 pages. It's really about 2 something where everything is written. Everything else is just the titles of what's in the book. We sent that to everybody that purchased the book. We've been getting good reviews on it and everything. And then late November, we sent in the whole book to y'all. That's how it's going. All right, y'all. I think that's enough. What time is it, Nabi?
11:45.
I've been rocking that long. Oh man, y'all got me on that long. I'm getting off this deal, y'all. I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Shalom aleichem. Anya have a time. I love y'all. Shalom, shalom. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace, love, light, and healing. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. Y'all had me on here all night. I'm gonna try to go live again this week. I'm not gonna guarantee it, but I'm gonna try it. Everyone come see me in Chicago. YakiEvents.com, YakiAwaken.com. Click on the events tab. Get your tickets. We're about sold out the what you call them? The VIP tickets. But grab them. Come see me. I got something amazing I'm gonna show y'all there. It's gonna be amazing. We got some guests, some artists performing. We're gonna really bring Chicago and the community together that day. So, and I see y'all in Chicago, September the 6th, September the 7th. What else?
They can be looking for some appointments. Probably about 2 more days. They can start looking online.
Oh yeah, in about 2 more days, y'all can go on to Google on Yaki Awaken Health and Wellness Detoxification Facility. Y'all can either book them through Google, the appointments to the facility, or you can go to YakiAwaken.com and click on Visit Clinic, and y'all be able to book them. I'm opening up appointments for the August the 12th to the 14th, and then we're gonna do that next week. So we're going to book it all up. I can see about 15 to 16 people a day. I'm going to be tired, but I'm going to do that. So I open it up in about 2 days. Y'all be able to go in there and book that out too. And y'all be able to use my facility. Everything I took 19 keys through, I'll take y'all through. So, man, look, I love this. I love helping y'all facilitate y'all healing. I love my job. I love my purpose. I love exactly what I'm doing. Y'all do be making it very hard for me at times. Sometimes it be your own people. But it is what it is. Yahweh said, y'all are stiff-necked people. I used to be the same stiff-necked person, so I kind of get it. But look, I love y'all. Peace, love, light, and healing. Shalom, lachem, lacha. Peace. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth.